Part two, okay? What you should do when you have a husband that has committed adultery on you several times and he won't stop. He won't stop. Now, some of you are watching my videos, and some of our videos you misunderstand. So I'm going to talk directly to those who are in a marriage where your husband or your wife is constantly committing adultery. It's a simple thing for me, because what I'm not allowing is someone to constantly commit adultery on me. You're not going to treat me like that. That is abuse all by itself. So you got to understand what the word of God is saying about that. And many of you already know that adultery, God gives away for divorce. However, he said, I did this because of the hardening of your hearts. Now, listen to me. I've known married couples have went through divorce and got through it successfully, and their marriage is better on the other side than it was before, right? And usually that's a one and done. They were going through a tough time. The husband or the wife fell victim to temptation and they fell into adultery. They got the counseling, they did the work, and their marriage was restored. I'm not talking about a situation like that. I'm talking about those people who are putting comments on my post saying that my husband keeps on committing adultery. My wife keeps on committing adultery. You have a decision to make. Now, surely you can fight for your marriage still. That's up to you. But there's a time that you must separate from that spouse to let them know, to send a message, I'm not going to allow you to do that to me. And also, you need to know that it's dangerous. Right now, we're dealing with a murder-suicide rate of 12 to 15 a week in the United States. 94% of them are a spouse, a boyfriend, or a fiance that lives inside the home. And it's usually because of adultery. There are women who are inboxing me and saying, you know, their husband's mistress is showing up at their door. That's dangerous. You can't even walk out to your car to go to the grocery store, to go to work, without thinking that somebody's going to come around the garage to do something to you. The other thing is that it's unsafe because you don't know if he's practicing safe sex. So now he's coming to your bed and he could be giving you something that may stay with you for the rest of your life. So you have a decision to make, because if you're going to stay and fight for the marriage, you cannot stay the same, because that's not working, which means you might have to separate from him and encourage him to go get marriage coaching with you. Even if they decide not to and you want to fight for your marriage still, then maybe it's time for you to go get coaching as a wife or a husband all by yourself. Because there's a lot you can do in this marriage you have a lot of power just by yourself through prayer and fasting. Even the way you respond to your spouse, you can change the direction of the marriage. Now, it's up to them ultimately to respond to what God is leading them to do through your prayer and fasting. But you cannot remain the same. Because if you're and check this out, I'm about to share you what I mean by that. If you're in a marriage where the spouse is constantly committing adultery and you have been letting them come to your house, getting in your bed, laying with you, allowing them to just come in and out of your life, then you cannot remain the same, because now they're taking advantage of you and they're not taking you serious. And so now you have to get serious and say, listen, you see this foot? I'm putting it down. And you have to put some boundaries up to say, hey, unless we go get the help, I can't do this, because we have to go get the help, because you can't keep cheating on me. You can't bring diseases to my house. This woman keeps calling my phone. She showed up at my door. Or this man is approaching me, calling me. There's a lot of mess. And mind you, these are people that are believers. This is amazing to me. You guys call yourself believers and you're committing adultery. Stop lying to yourself. So there's some changes that you may need to put into place to set up boundaries to protect yourself from danger as it relates to adultery. Go get the help. You husband, you wife, you go get the help so that you can get better. Whether this marriage survive or not, at least you are getting the help. so that you won't be devastated. I pray that help you. Listen, if you're a wife and you're watching this, join the Satisfied Wife Club. Why? Because the only kind of wife to be is a satisfied wife, and we're here to help you. I'm your girl, Mrs. Toy Banks, the world's most satisfied wife. God bless. Join the club that creates Satisfied Wife and consider supporting our mission, 1 million wives satisfied.